but it would be nice to see.
Now, you started an amazing group, Ball Like Her. Talk more about that.
Yes, Ball Like Her is basically a safe place for all women gamers from all walks of life. You know, women supporting women, empowering women to do, streaming, create content without a fear of, oh, you're a girl, you can't play video games, or go get in the kitchen, or the crazy things that we hear on a day-to-day basis. It's
Downtown Phoenix on a... And David. Well, guys, great vision. David, thank you. And the starting group for the Spurs. We've got Jakob Poeltl. Murray out there with Derek White. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Walker in at the 3 slot. And for Phoenix, Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Bridges, and it's Ayton in at the center, filling out the middle. And the dunk by Poeltl.
It doesn't take much for Poeltl to throw it down. At 7 feet tall, all he has to do is be near the hoop. The defensive impact of Jakob Poeltl giving the Spurs a boost. Great timing and instincts as a shot blocker.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And coming to San Antonio in the Kawhi Leonard trade, the Spurs hoping Poeltl can be a difference maker.
You know what, Kevin? Already their best role threat offensively. He rarely misses with his right hand in close.
Now here's Ayton, following the miss by DeRozan. Back to Ayton. He's off on that one. So the Spurs will take it the other way. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face more defensive pressure. And that one didn't happen, and boy, they just rolled.
They came in focused and ready to play, and despite facing little resistance, they never pulled back.
Basket counts.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Murray surveying the D. Outside, Walker. From deep three-point range, Murray, no good. For Phoenix, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. With 3, Booker, and DeMar DeRozan pulls it down.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Goes up on the wing. Oh, trying for it. Not enough on that one as it misses.
The Spurs with the league's longest active playoff streak, 22 years and running, not to mention 5 titles in that span. No wonder the Spurs are viewed as the league's model franchise.
And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That's his first foul. The Suns making a switch here. Charge is checked in. The Spurs also changing it up. Rudy Gay's checked in for Walker. Bryn Forbes comes in for Derek White. And it's Mills in for Murray. 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. Forbes can't get it to go. Well, Steve, the Spurs are so well run. If they played in a top 5 market, they might be the most popular team in the NBA by now.
And you know what, Kevin? They probably would, but this is the way this organization likes it. They like to be quiet and under the radar. They like to sustain success, and they like to build a great culture. At the same time, the small market is really a part of their culture.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Tyler Zeller comes in for Jakob Poeltl. And it's Bellinelli in for DeMar DeRozan.
And the toughness Saric provides is an important component. A physical, strong forward who does whatever is asked of him.
Kept alive. The pass to Forbes. Here's Mills, defended by Carter. Second chance shot, Bellinelli. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. The Suns trailing. To the middle, here's Saric, and it's all evened up.
And how about capitalizing there in close. Saric has the touch to take advantage from just about anywhere.
Goes up at the stripe. Off the left rim and out.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
A nice shot by Carter.
Woo! He got a clean look, and he makes the defense pay for disrespecting him.
Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for Bridges. .105 left in the first quarter. Mills looking it over. Here's Forbes, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Perfect vision. Mills getting quicker these days at spotting the open man.
For Phoenix, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Here's Jerome, covered by Mills. Jerome passes to Kaminsky. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Bellinelli. His last outing, 16 points for him. Here's Gay. 6 on the shot clock. And here is Bellinelli. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
Here's Carter. Pass to Baines. Misses the chippy right there.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yes, let's look on the bright side. You got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Suns ahead, up 3. 2K Sports.
A lot of people saying that.
Yep, you love the honesty and the bravery to step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah, he opened a dialogue. Kevin Love following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes, as public figures, can have a broader impact than just entertaining, and we see it over and over again.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yes, you know this, GA. Back in our day, and any day really, if you don't block out somebody, you will sit down.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. We've got Mills. Rudy Gay is out there with Zeller. Then there's Bellinelli. And it's Forbes in at the shooting guard position. It's stolen by Bellinelli. It's stolen by Kaminsky. Count it, good.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. And Kevin, LaMarcus is really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, D.A., and he is still getting it done. Thank you. Some players out there are either loved or hated by the fans. There's no in-between, Smitty. But when you take a look at divisive players in the league, who pops into your head?
Draymond Green, Russell Westbrook, LeBron James. There's some people who love him, and there's some people that hate him.
Sure.
Joel Embiid is starting to creep into that conversation. Those are some of the guys some people love him and some people hate him. Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Jerome, good.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Spurs trail by 5. Now Mills. He picked up 12 points in their last one against Dallas. Goes up again. Here's Gay, and they convert at last on attempt number 3. Gay's got his first points of the night. Suns leading by 3. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Ring shot on the way. Zeller grabs the board.
And well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
Yeah, and Bellinelli, very creative, has that ability to get into the heart of the defense.
From 18 feet away, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Carter's got 5 now. And here's Mills from the arc. Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession. As we approach the playoffs, let's now take a look at what is shaping up in the West. We'll take a look at the Spurs. Their season nearly over unless a form of miracle happens. And of course, Phoenix sitting directly below him, just 1 spot down.
And seeing where the Suns are, they've got to make some changes at the end of the season. That much is clear. Not sure whether that goes for the coaches or the players or both, but something has got to change.
For me, the decision makers have a lot of tough choices to make. They also need to look in the mirror because they're the ones who assembled this team.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Ayton, he's checked in for Aaron Baines. Johnson comes in for Frank Kaminsky. Bridges, he's checked in for Šarić. And it's Devin Booker in for Carter. Out of bounds, Phoenix will take possession.
Well, a chance to check out Mikal Bridges here. Really been a key contributor over the past month. Averaging 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the cause.
Ricky Rubio checked in for the Suns. 54 seconds left to play in the first half. The putback. San Antonio with the rebound. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. Start a 3-game homestand with that game. Shots good by Walker.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Booker against White. Here's Ayton. Kicks it out to Johnson. 3-pointer. They get the rebound. Rubio outside. They shoot again. And that's 2 points on the layup. Rubio's got his second bucket.
I love how Rubio controls the pace, able to shift gears in an instant.
Wide open look here for Murray. Bridges with the board. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Oh, that's not a great foul. For Rubio's career, shoots well over 80% from the line.
And he sinks the second. Murray with it. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point. Thanks for joining.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Suns leading by 6.
And making his return from the ACL tear, DeJounte Murray, long, athletic, and young. He still has a very bright future.
Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Ayton is out there with Johnson, and it's Bridges in at the 3. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Monty Williams. Shot clock at 6. Here's Booker. Sweet move. A special move before the shot. Booker's got the lead up to 8 now for the Suns. And Murray winning second team all-defense in 2018. And Greg, at that time, he was only 21.
And that's been his strong suit. If he can hit perimeter shots consistently, he can be a star.
Here's Johnson. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. Walker finds DeRozan. The 15-footer. Jump shot is good that time. DeRozan's got his first bucket of the night.
One of the best mid-range shooters in the NBA, DeMar DeRozan makes a living from this spot.
Booker looking around. It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession. And the players on your screen now have been experts with the ball in their hands for the last 10 games, leading the small forward position in assists. DeMar DeRozan on top.
He just sees the entire floor so well. And from the wing, it's that vision that enables him to penetrate and find the open man in a very crowded area.
He has fantastic vision, but he also has the ability to see the plays develop before they happen.
Outside, Walker shoots the three. Bridges with the board. Bridges got his fourth rebound in this one. The drive by Booker, and he lays it straight in. Booker's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's DeRozan, and no good that time. Some solid defense from Ayton.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Greg, for the Phoenix Suns, with a franchise-high 9-year playoff drought, there is pressure on this team to find their way out of that long rebuild.
And their moves on draft night, they raised some eyebrows. They've got some young talent, but can new coach Monty Williams turn them into a winner? Long-suffering Suns fans certainly hope so.
It's DeRozan with the drive. Here's Pirtle. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Devin Booker.
Really like the work inside from Pirtle, using his body well to draw the contact on his way up.
Sharge checked in for Phoenix. The Spurs also changing it up. Rudy Gay's checked in for Lonnie Walker. Bryn Forbes comes in for White. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. Booker outside. Lets it go with a three. Here's Ayton. Passes it to Bridges. Fires for three. And that's collected by Gay. Spurs trail by 9. Forbes, the pass to Mills. Back to Forbes. It's stolen by Sharks. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. And this is what the schedule looks like coming up for Phoenix. On Saturday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks. Then on Wednesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And for the game with the Mavericks, you know they want to come out and make a big statement in that one. It won't be easy, but anything can happen.
He has great size, and he has great lift on his jump shot. Advantage, DeRozan.
Rubio taking his time here. And that's collected by Gay. Gay's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Ayton shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Last season, the Suns made DeAndre Ayton the #1 overall pick in the draft. They had no hesitation, Greg, in making that call.
And when a player like Ayton, who was in the Rookie of the Year combo from the get-go, is available, you have to take him. Not only is the upside sky high for Ayton, but he was an impact player from day one for the Suns.
And with that shot, the Suns' lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from DeMar DeRozan. For Phoenix, they've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Booker outside. From past the arc. Bridges. It's good on the putback. And the Suns lead by 9.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside. Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. And it's DeRozan with the ball for San Antonio. Doubled by Bridges. Gay kicks to DeRozan. Spurs passing it around. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Pirtle's got 5 points so far.
Hurdle showing a little speed and some handles on that drive.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Booker up top. He has 6. Now here's Bridges. The shot and Ayton the bucket on the assist for Bridges. Ayton's got the lead up to 11 now for Phoenix. DeRozan on the wing. Over Saric. Tips it, and Gay with the second chance points.
Yeah, despite the injuries he suffered in his career, Rudy Gay remains a pretty good athlete.
And so it's Phoenix ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a brute. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. On the court for San Antonio, Rudy Gay is out there with DeRozan. Then there's DeJounte Murray. Then there's Pirtle, and it's White in at the 2-guard spot.
That's what I like to see from DeMar DeRozan. He isn't settling for a jumper. He is going to the rim today.
Inside, here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
He can do incredible things. He can also help you win by simply being reliable.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for 8. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Carter. Spurs also with the sub. Lonnie Walker, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. Here's DeRozan. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9. Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
Booker with no one around. No good with the triple.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
The man is not timid. DeRozan's become one of the game's more prolific scorers, and he's showing it all tonight.
Pass to Baines. Rebound, San Antonio. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing under control.
I love the vision by DeMar DeRozan. He found the wide open teammate.
Murray against Rubio. Johnson outside. Launches it. It's good from long range. And the Suns lead by 6.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
We're in the 4th quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone. Murray, good.
Every time I see Murray, I'm reminded that he has a lot of moves around the cup.
Booker in the corner. Back to Rubio. 6 on the shot clock. To the paint. Here's Baines. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist.
I think this is Rubio's greatest trait. I love to watch him move the basketball, and so does his coaching staff.
Here's DeRozan. And that one goes long. Suns leading by 6. Down low, here's Booker. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
This is what the analytics prefer. Shots at the rim or from 3.
Murray, the pass to DeRozan. 1:39 left in the game. Excellent D there by Johnson. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Phoenix Suns. Knocked away. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Pirtle. Some changes for Phoenix. DeAndre Ayton comes in for Aaron Baines. And it's Bridges in for Kaminsky. Here's Booker. To the right side. 6 to shoot. Ayton inside. Hurdles there. He gets it in there. And it's a 10-point Phoenix lead.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Phoenix.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Phoenix, no good that time either. 3-on-3. Over in the corner, White. Lays it up off the glass. So the Suns win it. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them.
upper and lower body fluid. And goaltend.
basis. It's basically a safe place. So for any women gamers out there that are watching this interview that want to be a part of a sisterhood, you can hit me up on Twitter at PrettyLovesPink, and I could, tell you a little bit more about Ballet Kerr, and we can, join you, especially if you're a streamer or a content creator, or maybe even just a supporter of women gamers. We have a place for you if you're looking for a home.
We here at NBA 2K want to empower women, and we love hearing stuff like this. So definitely check out that group if you are.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interest. DA, it's all a little intimidation factor, DA. Thanks. And the starting group for the Spurs. We've got Derek White, Jakob Poeltl out there at DeRozan. Then there's Murray. And it's Walker in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Kings, Fox and Bogdanovic pair up at the 1 and the 2. Bjelica is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Holmes in at center. With the playoffs around the corner, Brent, some teams already making vacation plans. Talk about the disappointment that those kinds of teams are feeling right now.
Yeah, you start the beginning of training camp with ideas of wanting to play into the postseason, and the realization of that goal is not going to be met. And what you want to do is remember your opportunity as a player, Kevin, to go out and still compete. You might not be back with the team that you're playing the end of the season with the last 10 games. Maybe you're somewhere else. But there are teams, as we've always said, still watching you. And so don't ever get away from the idea of the competition as the season winds down.
They always say the eye in the sky doesn't lie. Everything is on tape, right? I mean,
yeah, and they are assessing how it is that you approach that, because you show your stripes when things are not going well. What kind of character do you have?
Fox kicks to Barnes. Clock at 6 for 3. The shot that time not on target. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. DeRozan against Bogdanovic. White left side. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
San Antonio shooting their first free throws of the night right here. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
What a culture shift it's been in Sacramento the last few years. Vlade Divac along with Peja Stojakovic, 2 of the legendary Sacramento Kings players, finding their footing and trying to put their stamp on this organization with some of the young talent that they've acquired.
Bogdanovic passes to Holmes. And Holmes throws it down.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Here's White after the Kings pick up 2. Yep, that one goes. And Brent, around the league, people are saying the Kings are one of the scarier teams on the rise.
Well, they drafted decently. They play a system that now is speaking to some of their young talent. They've had a nice blend. It's been a long time coming in Sacramento, but fans coming out to the new arena to support this new, young, hungry Kings group.
Walker with it. Guarded now by Barnes. Walker's shot is off. Sacramento's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Bogdanovic, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
A nice job by Bjelica. Be patient. Look for teammates. He found one.
Shoots. Again, the Spurs good for 2. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Bogdanovic looking around. Outside, Fox. To the inside. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on DeRozan.
Heady play by Bjelica.
Well, for Bjelica, he's not the most athletic player on the floor, but Brent, he produces.
Yeah, Bjelica, one of those guys who can flow into a transition and stop 3 or 4 feet behind the three-point line and drill you from there. So a nice guy as a secondary option on the break is Bjelica.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Alex Lenz checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Giles comes in for Harrison Barnes. Fields checked in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. And Corey Joseph subbed in for De'Aaron Fox. Kent Bazemore is checked in for Bjelica. Now here's Len, following the shot by Rudy Gay. Hield outside. Launches a three. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, with a young perimeter player like Hield is, operating in the pick and roll with that kind of effectiveness, he can become dangerous. You're not going to see him miss too many from there, just a handful to defend.
Here's Joseph. After Rudy Gay's bucket, Giles kicks to left and stolen by Zeller. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. Kings leading now by 3. Hield outside. To the middle. Len high post. He's against Zeller. From 11 feet away. No good off the back of the rim. And here's Gay. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Kings. That one was played in Sacramento.
Yeah, I remember last time they met up, they just got ran out of the building. They weren't too happy with some of the calls in that game either.
Yeah, they wound up with a lot of foul trouble, but that's on them. The officials were calling it tight, and they never really adjusted. They kept committing fouls, kept complaining, and the game kept getting out of control.
Parker's checked in for the Kings. The 55th pick back in 2009. Those picks don't hit very often, but Greg Patty Mills now with a decade in the NBA.
6'0", and that may be generous. The Australian Mills, a dangerous pull-up shooter, and he does not back down.
Now here's Parker. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. And Joseph gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
The Australian-born Patty Mills, former second-round pick. Who knew Mills would someday win an NBA championship? Well, the Spurs did.
Mills with the steal. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Here's Parker, and the dunk by Parker.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Tie game and some big points being put up on the board. Clark, as we wrap up the first. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And what do you guys think about the Kings here in this one so far?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Rudy Gay is out there with Zeller. Then there's Bellinelli, and it's Mills, and it's Forbes in at the 2. And there's the pass to Mills. Spurs working the ball around now. 5 on the clock. The shot's good from Forbes. Forbes has got the lead up to 2 now for San Antonio.
That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
Here's Giles. He's covered by Gay, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Such a long road to recovery from Harry Giles, but so many people rooting for Harry when it is that he makes some kind of plays that remind you of when Giles was one of the top recruits coming out of his high school class, one that included De'Aaron Fox and also Jason Tatum.
Mills passes to Forbes. Shot clock at 6. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. And as you said, Brent, with Giles, the potential is there, and that's why they drafted him.
Well, they still think that they're going to explore the massive upside to what Harry Giles represents. Great size, great skill, and it's about him just feeling more and more confident in the health of his body to be able to produce like we've seen on some nights here, Kevin.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Giles. Harrison Barnes comes in for Kent Bazemore. And De'Aaron Fox subbed in for Corey Joseph. The Spurs also changing it up. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Tyler Zeller. DeMar DeRozan comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And Murray subbed in for Patty Mills.
And really, Poeltl is a very forceful player. When he's near the rim, that we better watch out for the slam.
Pass to Parker. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
All right, a chance to take a look at some stats for Murray. He's been more than solid over the last month. He's putting up about 12 points a game, just over 2 steals and 5 assists. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Fox, no good.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
Murray, good. Well, we hear this all the time. Good defense beats good offense. Do you think that's true?
I don't know how defense scores. So in today's game, seeing the juggernauts and seeing what we've seen, Kevin, quite frankly, as some of the best offensive teams, not only in the last 5 years, but in the history of the league, around the Houston Rockets and what the Golden State Warriors have been able to do. It's about equipping your team defensively to be able to stop that stylistically, but certainly every coach will say it comes down to defense because that is something you can control.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after years and years of rebuilding, the Kings are finally a team on the rise, and they're earning respect. Draymond Green said they've got a lot of young talent, never quit, probably the fastest team in the history of the NBA. Green said after he plays them, I leave the game exhausted. I go home, I'm dead. And Kevin, we know that Green is pretty accustomed to going all out.
David, he sure is. He's got a lot of engine in him. Thank you so much.
Well, the thing you think about with Bogdan Bogdanovic, besides his first name being in his last name, is potential. A young, raw prospect with plenty of upside.
Murray outside. Pass to White. Outside for Murray. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Barnes finds Len. Pulls it up. Again, the miss by the Kings. Spurs leading by 7. Here's White. Makes it off the glass. White's got 10 points in the game.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Fox looking it over. There's the dish to Len. And Poeltl pulls it down. Poeltl's got his 4th rebound in this one. White, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And while we got a chance, let's get some numbers for DeMar DeRozan. 18th in scoring, and with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands, and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And like you were saying, one of the stronger scorers in the league. A tireless worker on the offensive end, and it's no wonder he's top 20 in points. The Kings making a switch here. Bazemore's checked in. The Spurs also changing it up. Zeller, he's checked in for Perk. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. And Derek White picks up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Giles checked in for the Kings. Corey Joseph comes in for Fox. Spurs also with the sub. Bellinelli's checked in. Spurs leading by 13. And it's San Antonio with another.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
They've worked hard.
And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Now here's Mills. He's covered by Joseph.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
And there's a whistle that goes on Corey Joseph. That will get in his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. The Spurs haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10. That one is off. He hits the second from the line. Just 4 seconds left in the first half of basketball.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring competition. And
there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Without question, Derek White displaying his skills today.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, if he take a low percentage shot, everything efficient.
Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Bjelica is out there with Holmes, and it's Barnes in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Oh, and here comes Barnes all alone.
And you got to give appreciation to how Poeltl punishes shooters. A dynamite shot blocker with impeccable timing.
Walker the pass to White. Good, nice job down low. White's got 14 points.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
Good.
Now Bogdanovich focused on scoring on the inside, and when he gets close to the basket, looked like he was hungry to get 2.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. White dishes to DeRozan. Up and in on the layup. DeRozan's got his second bucket tonight.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Murray against Fox. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Shot clock at 5. San Antonio with the rebound.
Well, both him and the team seem to be off their game right now, and the frustration is clearly mounting as the clock is winding down.
Here's DeRozan. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. And that's now 6 points for DeMar DeRozan.
And he just glides to the hoop on his drives. DeRozan's got plenty of force to his game. Don't get me wrong, but he makes everything look so effortless. And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Here's Murray. Misses off the right eye. The Kings trail by 13. And even though he stands 6'10", Holmes plays taller than that.
He does, mostly, Kevin, because of that length. I mean, he stretches out and uses that quick jump and can block some shots and detour a few guys from trying to do some things offensively.
And some changes here for the Kings. Alex Lenz checked in for Richaun Holmes. Parker comes in for Bjelica. And Hield subbed in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. Then for the Spurs, Rudy Gay's checked in for Lonnie Walker. Bryn Forbes comes in for White. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. Parker finds Barnes. And a miss there on the triple. And it's Mills with the ball for San Antonio. They lead by 11. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
The shot by Len, wide open, and Parker stays with it.
Reminds me of Carmelo Anthony, Jabari Parker, a quick second jumper and keeps it alive on the glass.
And that one, good. Mills has got 7 points in the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Here's Parker, and the dunk by Parker.
Yeah, I love how Jabari gets to the rim and goes strong, that time up over the top.
Mills looking it over. Pass to Pirtle. Here's Mills. He has 7. Shoots over Fox. Mills can't hit. Parker against Pirtle. Sacramento moving it around. Here is Forbes. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
Seeing Rudy Gay active right now, it forces Gadi's hand just a little bit. Fantastic at staying engaged on that possession.
And some changes here for the Kings. Giles comes in for Len, and Corey Joseph subbed in for Fox. Bellinelli, he's checked in for San Antonio.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Pirtle, the pass to Mills. There's 37 seconds left in the third. San Antonio again missing. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marco Bellinelli. That is his first foul of the game. And the Kings making a change here. Farrell's checked in. Parker left side. Double team on Parker. Back to Farrell. Takes a 3. Giles. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jabari Parker. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. First one falls for him. And both free throws good for Mills.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Here's Fox, and Pirtle sends it back. Lets it go from deep. Tries again. Over to the left wing. Forbes. A three-pointer is right on target. Forbes has got 7 points. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And we'll be right back after this. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Talent coming from everywhere these days, Brent, including the developmental league. The G League has done a wonderful job of watching players develop there and then vaulting them up to the big league.
And I think last year, Kevin, the numbers were that more than half the players in the NBA had spent some time in the G League. You want to talk about that league coming a long way?
What an impact.
Massive.
Yes.
And what you're seeing too over the past few years, Kevin, is people doing a great job of using the G League a lot better. Not just experimenting and lab ratting what that team is about, but really well thought out player development and stints for guys on their team rather than just practicing and traveling and sitting and watching games. You're watching guys go play a game in the afternoon and then coming up to the NBA level and participating in an NBA game that night. That's going to go a long way to make guys in the early part of their career take the necessary strides in a lot quicker than they normally would.
This two-way contract has been a wonderful addition.
Except if you talk to their agents, Kevin. Yes, it's been very good for the control of an organization to find that kind of talent.
On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. Rudy Gay is out there with Bellinelli. Then it's Mills. Then there's Pirtle. And it's Forbes in at the shooting guard. And Fox gets it to go.
Yeah, that's not an assignment that I want there, Kevin. I'd rather do math homework than to try and cover that guy.
Here is Forbes, covered by Heel. Bielitsa against Bellinelli. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Italian Marco Bellinelli, one of the league's best sharpshooters, and Greg very comfortable shooting on the move.
He always seems to be floating one way or the other on his shot. It wouldn't work for most shooters, but he uses it to evade the D.
Joseph, he's checked in for Fox. Then for the Spurs. Lonnie Walker, he's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Derek White comes in for Bryn Forbes. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills. White, good.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, the thing is they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Player salary is obviously a large investment, Brent. What are some other investments that owners can make to help their team get better, either on the floor or off?
Massive one, Kevin, obviously, is in terms of your players' wellness and what it is that you're doing with your physical therapy staff, your strength and conditioning staff, because you want these guys available at the best and maximum potential physically that they can give you. A lot of teams, quite frankly, in the past couple of seasons, Kevin, looking into other ways, holistic therapies, mental approach that they can have mental wellness for their players as part of their programming. So teams that think you build some beautiful practice facility and just let the guys go bounce the ball around and shoot are absolutely missing.
Yes.
Yeah, they're missing the boat on what it is that their players require, need to be complete as people.
And the pass to Gay. The shot misses. Good D by Heel. It's Bielitsa. His three-pointers off the mark.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Hits the three-point bomb. White's got 5 points now in the quarter.
I think the defense has more concerns out there on the floor, and they give him a good open look from the perimeter.
1:43 left to play here in the fourth. Bielitsa against Walker. 4 on the clock. And it doesn't even draw iron. And the Spurs with possession. They're on a 14-6 run.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Spurs.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins. Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Lenz checked in for Richaun Holmes. Brewer comes in for Bielitsa. And Yogi Ferrell subbed in for Heel.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Shot by Joseph, no good.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
There's 42 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Count that one. And it's the Spurs ball. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Outside, Walker. Out to White. Passes to Samanic. Here's Johnson. They grab their own miss. Medu, 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And another shot. Pass to Samanic. Now White. Outside, Walker. Over Brewer. And it falls.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can...
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for...
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
who are looking to get into NBA 2K and want to play with some very positive people in the community.
Yes, we'll be there with open arms. You can come home to us.
Awesome.
Thanks so much for being a part of the 2K community as well.
No problem. Thank you guys for, acknowledging me and having me and interviewing me and, showing the world that, girls play video games as well.
No problem. And I'm looking forward to seeing your highlights on 2K TV, Pink.
I want some of those crossovers right here.
I'll send something.
At home in Utah, the Jazz never fail to go out of their way to look good. And he is doing a great job. Thank you, D.A. And the starting group for the Spurs. Derek White is out there with Murray. Then there's Pirtle. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Walker in at the 3 spot. And for the Jazz, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the small forward. Of course, the playoff seedings still jumbled a bit up in the air. Just how important you think it is to get home court advantage in the NBA playoffs in this era.
Historically speaking, Kevin, as you know, home court advantage is absolutely monumental, and it doesn't matter the round of the playoffs. Could be a conference semifinal or an NBA final. If you come down to a Game 7, that home court advantage can be the difference between winning and losing. You want as much in your favor, Kevin, as you know, going into the postseason.
Gobert, the pass to Mitchell. Six on the shot clock. Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell in the mid-range, making great use of what the defense is giving him.
DeRozan against Ingles. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And with the summer's acquisition of Mike Conley, Greg, the Utah Jazz hoping to make a step in the West.
And really, Mike Conley, their best point guard since they traded away Darren Williams back in 2011. Alongside Bogdanovich, a big upgrade offensively, and he can hold his own on the defensive side as well.
Now here's Conley. He's coming off a 13-point game against Oklahoma City. Mitchell outside. Unloads from 13. Ingles passes to Gobert. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles.
I'm telling you this, if you leave one of Ingles' teammates open, Joe is going to find him.
Here's Pirtle. Gobert with the defensive effort.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
And he gets the bucket. Gobert's got his second bucket of the night.
Gobert has a thin frame, but make no mistake, he is physical and he relishes contact.
DeRozan, that's good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack, and where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Spurs have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And Walker gets it to go on the assist by Murray.
Talk about hitting the ground running. 4 for 5 to start.
Utah's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Conley, the pass to O'Neal. And Pirtle sends it back.
Very hard to get a shot off over Jakob Pirtle when he's that tight on you. Too much size, too much length.
For the Jazz, Clarkson, he's checked in for Royce O'Neal. And it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. San Antonio also making some changes. Gay comes in for Lonnie Walker. And it's Bryn Forbes in for White. Now here's Murray. Following the miss by Donovan Mitchell. Oh, that's blocked. But they get it back. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Ingles. Money from the wing.
Well, just another weapon in the arsenal of Joe Ingles, right? The catch and shoot game on point. You know what I love about Donovan Mitchell? He is just as great off the court as he is on. This guy is engaging. He's self-aware. He is the real deal.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
1:27 left to play in the first quarter. The 19-foot shot. And DeMar DeRozan pulls it down. And with his dad working with Major League Baseball players, Mitchell was rubbing elbows with guys making millions. He saw some players who stayed humble and others who didn't. And you know what, Doris? I think it made an impression.
And I think, Kevin, if you listen to Donovan, he talks about how his parents impressed upon him the importance of how you treat people. So even with all the success, it's not going to this young man's head. He is so grounded.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Bryn Forbes. That's his first foul for the Jazz. Davis comes in for Joe Ingles, and it's Georges Niang in for Donovan Mitchell. Then for the Spurs, Tyler Zeller's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Bellinelli comes in for DeMar DeRozan. That's Mills in for Murray. Down he goes. Nice one there from Niang.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Mills looking it over. Pass to Zeller. Now Bellinelli. He's coming off a 16-point game against Dallas. Just 2 to shoot. Rebounded by the Jazz.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm. Well, just a little too physical out there right now. That's already his second foul.
The Jazz shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. San Antonio shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. And the technical free throw is good. Michael Conley. The three from Mills. And that one released in time, but no good. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. It's during his tenure in Utah, Coach Quinn Snyder is quickly.
You've been really key to have a coach like that.
Coach Snyder doing a terrific job with his team.
Just a great tactician, and he's clearly got his guys buying in to his message.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, what do you think they've been doing or not doing?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. We've got Zeller. Bellinelli is out there with Rudy Gay, and it's Mills, and it's Forbes in at the two-guard spot.
Terrific closeout there to challenge the three.
It may be the hardest thing to do in basketball. Close under control, and he's more than up to the task.
Stolen by Gay. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Clarkson. And it's Gay with the rebound. And here's Gay. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. They'll start a 3-game homestand with that game. Mills, that's a 2-pointer. And Davis pulls it down. For Utah, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. A shot by Clarkson, no good. San Antonio leading. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul. They were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it. And Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz, DA. Thank you. Picked his pocket. Up top, Mills. Over by Conley. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Doris, you've covered so many great basketball players over your many years in this business. As a player, coach, now broadcaster, who has been your favorite athlete to watch or cover or report on?
All right, Kevin, you know I can't possibly name one, so I'm going to just throw several names out there. LeBron James has overcome so many challenges as a young person even before his NBA career. So his story is absolutely incredible and inspirational. How about Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers in the history of the NBA? Or Damian Lillard, who has proven so loyal to his fan base and organization and is one bad man when a game is on the line in the playoffs.
Moutier, he's checked in for Utah.
Boy, Donovan Mitchell as a jump shooter, so pure.
Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Ingles against DeRozan. Buried from 15 feet out. DeRozan's got 6.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Mitchell, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Let's remember that Donovan Mitchell's first love was baseball. His father played in the minors, coached in the majors. Donovan himself was a star player in high school. It wasn't until he broke his wrist that he decided to dedicate himself to the game of basketball.
Here's DeRozan, and he drops in the layup off the glass. DeRozan's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Boy, this guy's so quick with the ball in his hands, Kevin. DeRozan's acceleration makes him effective.
Mitchell with it, now guarded by Murray. Davis on the follow.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And Pirtle gets it to go on the assist by Murray. Murray's got his 3rd assist on the night. Jazz trail by 3. And Doris, you mentioned baseball where he played pitcher and shortstop. But Mitchell doing just fine, I think, in basketball.
No doubt, Kevin. He's come a long way since high school because back then he was a power dunker and defender. But his transformation into an elite offensive player in the NBA.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
On the wing, Ingles. The pass to O'Neal. Shoots over Walker. Davis on the follow.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Boy, officials say play on, even though there's contact. DeRozan, I guess they don't think he needs any help.
Here's Mitchell. Offensive rebound.
And look at it, a significant portion of their offense coming on those second chance opportunities.
Murray for 3. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. On the wing, Mitchell. White covering. Mitchell kicks to Ingles. Pass to Davis. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Here's Walker, and finished off by Walker.
And when Pirtle sees one of his guys wide open, he whips it his way. He's all for doing what's best for the team.
He gets it up. That shot, no good. And some good act.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during the first. That's all for now. Say good.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the small forward position. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. White, good.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Passes it to O'Neal. Jacks up a three. Walker with some nice D. Spurs leading by 5. Here's White. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. White's got 7 points in the game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Gobert. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Well, to me, it's critical that Mitchell continue to focus on hitting the guys who are open. We know he can score the ball.
They double-team Walker and wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. So it's San Antonio now. Jazz trail by 5.
Interesting story about Rudy Gobert. He was an excellent student in high school, but he was getting into physical fights. So what does his mom do? Play sports, my son. Track and field, martial arts, even ping pong. What I love, though, is he has not lost that tough disposition.
Back to Mitchell. Kicks it to O'Neal. Here's Ingles. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, he started as a perimeter threat, but Joe Ingles outstanding at finding a way to the cup inside and forcing the issue.
And Doris especially at that center position. You know, GMs like a player with a fighting spirit.
Rudy Gobert plays with a chip on his shoulder and a competitive spirit. A lot of 7-footers, Kevin, play the game simply because of their size. Rudy Gobert wants to be great.
And here is Bellinelli. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Shot clock at 3. Here's Forbes. That one, no good.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Clarkson passes to Conley. The tray. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
And there it is for him.
What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
And it's Conley with the ball for the Utah Jazz. 7-point differential. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them. Here is Forbes. He's covered by Clarkson. 11 feet away. Gobert with the block.
An intimidating force who continues to wipe away shots with ease. Go to work, Rudy Gobert.
Murray, no good. For Utah, they've gone only 1 of 6 in the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half start. Conley gets the bucket. You know, Doris, I know your style of play at Providence was one of aggressiveness, a lot of instinct, a lot of smarts, great skill. But I think you also have an appreciation for the players that are real scrappy on the floor.
What I love, Kevin, are guys who can influence the game without having incredible offensive skill. So a guy like Patrick Beverly, so a little bit undersized. But would you like to have that guy pick you up at 94 feet, be in your grill and in your face like he gives no quarter, he gives no concessions? If he were checking Kevin Harlan, my goodness, you'd have a long night.
That would be a torture chamber. I agree with you. Murray with it. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. That's a 2 from Bellinelli. Up again, and it's DeRozan with the extra effort. DeRozan's got the lead up to 7 now for San Antonio.
Well, you can see the long arms of DeMar DeRozan coming into play and helping snag that second chance opportunity.
Conley gets the bucket.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Murray, the pass to Bellinelli. And that one is stuffed right through.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Clarkson passes to Niang. A rebound by the Spurs. Pirtle's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And the wide open shot from Bellinelli. And he's good on the 3 ball. And it's a 9-point Spurs lead.
Boy, Kev, his vision is excellent for a center. You see it in the assist from Pirtle. He has got such great awareness of his teammates' movements.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
And so it's San Antonio bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court for San Antonio, Zeller is out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's Derek White. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Mills in at point guard.
Boy, an outpouring of offense, and the whole arsenal is on display for DeMar DeRozan right now.
Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Davis.
What an effective, efficient offensive possession. They'd love to get that shot every trip down the floor.
Mitchell looking it over. Out to the right wing. Here's Moutier. And the layup's good off the glass. Moutier's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, Emmanuel Moutier, that kind of shot will up your field goal percentage, gentlemen.
The alley-oop layup, very well done.
Oh, what a pass, and then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth.
Oh, up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. White banked in off the glass. And the Spurs lead by 7. Fires, high post, and Utah again with the bucket.
Boy, Mitchell's confidence is off the charts right now. Off the dribble jumper, yes, sir.
Gay in the corner. Now here's Mills, defended by Moutier. Pass to White. DeRozan against O'Neal. And the jam by Rudy Gay.
Boy, what a thing of beauty by DeMar DeRozan. His eyes are up. He locates his teammate. Just so pretty, Kevin.
Moutier with the basket.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
Oh, my goodness. You could tell DeMar DeRozan demanded the basketball. He wanted the chance to be the deciding factor.
Goes back up. Rebounded by the Spurs. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. The quick look no good that time. Here's Moutier, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Wow, Moutier unafraid in a big moment. Big time delivery.
And Mills kicks to DeRozan. Knocks it loose. Stolen by O'Neal. Inside. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by White.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Joe Ingles, who's checked in for the Jazz. Conley now comes in for Moutier. San Antonio also making some changes. Pirtle, he is checked in for Tyler Zeller. Walker comes in for Rudy Gay. And Murray subbed in for Patty Mills. White, good.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
Well, this is their pace. This is exactly how they want to play. A little fast, a little loose. And he might be young, but Mitchell is clutch. That's beautifully done.
And finished off by DeRozan.
And this is why they want the ball in DeRozan's hand. This guy is stone cold under pressure.
To the inside, Gobert. Good! And now they trail by just 4.
Rudy Gobert is so competitive. Doesn't want to let a big moment go by. Nicely done.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Mitchell. He goes up again. It drops. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Here's White. Good. Now, here's Mitchell. Money!
Wow, Donovan Mitchell simply fearless when his team is in need.
Here's San Antonio now. Now White. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 6 to shoot. Shakes him. Oh, wow. Unable to get a shot off in time, and they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up the shot clock violation. Here's Mitchell, and the Jazz call time here. They're down by 2. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
Well, they've got to be aggressive, guys, because the defense doesn't want to foul here.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMar DeRozan.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
And so it's San Antonio who scrape by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
I'll send something in.
All right, sounds good.
Once What's up, My Team fans? We have 2K TV My Team correspondent Blake here to tell us what the devs are saying. Blake, I know you've got some My Team news. Give it to us.
Yeah, what's up, Chris? What's up, Alexis? I've got some tidbits from the devs. One of the things that you'll be interested in, I know.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparation, and let's go. It is indeed, DA. Thank you. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Saric.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Andre Ayton out there with Johnson. And it's Bridges in at the 3, the small forward. And for San Antonio, we've got Murray. DeRozan out there with Jakob Poeltl. Then there's Derek White, and it's Walker in at the small forward.
You know, the Spurs are never afraid to play to the tune of their own drummer. I mean, just as the rest of the league embraces threes and layups, the Spurs going against that grain, leading the league in mid-range shots and post-ups.
And it's the Suns with the ball. After the basket by San Antonio. Rubio against Murray. And the basket by Rubio.
High percentage look there, guys. Rubio's best chance to score, and he maxed it out.
You were talking about the mid-range and the post-ups. Those are the strengths of DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, Coach Popovich has been so successful for decades because he always adapts to the strengths of his players. Outstanding coaches do that in every sport. That shot diet might not work for most other teams, but if it fits the Spurs, they'll go old school and make it work for them.
Here's White after the made shot from Ricky Rubio. White the pass to DeRozan. Out to White, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Suns have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. On the wing, Booker. And it's Johnson with the jam.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Here's DeRozan after the Suns pick up 2. Yep, that one goes in there. Well, with the playoffs coming up quickly, Clark, strength of schedule can play a big role as it determines where a team is going to be seated come playoff time.
No, I agree with you in terms of even just making the playoffs sometimes, Kevin, based on where teams are and who they're playing. I mean, those matchups against potential playoff teams that are still fighting for seeding, they can sharpen you up and get you ready. And actually, those games can be playoffs before the playoffs in many ways.
And I always admire the coaches, Clark, that walk their players through the different scenarios because they should be aware.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. You want everything out in front of you. As long as your team is able to handle it, and most of these teams can, I think that's a good point.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Now here's Johnson. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game, and Ayton throws it down.
And dunking the ball is just second nature to Ayton. With the right positioning, he's a threat to throw it down.
There's White. 14 points from him the last game against Dallas.
And he was also a big factor for them defensively. I think he tallied 4 blocks in the game.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Phoenix.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
And it's Phoenix's ball. They're on an 18-7 run. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Now, here's Bellinelli. He's coming off a 16-point game against Dallas. Carter kicks to Bridges. Pass to Baines. Here's Jerome. 6 on the shot clock. That's tipped. In transition, here come the Spurs. Mills has got the ball. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Carter dishes to Bridges. A three-pointer, no good. And so it's the Phoenix Suns. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And guys, the Suns enjoying a nice lead here.
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them, guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
Setting the floor for the Suns, Aaron Baines out there with Frank Kaminsky. Then there's Šarić. Then there's Carter. And it's Jerome in at the point guard.
And he's made a living draining the three ball. Bellinelli is a cold stone sniper.
And here's Carter. 8 points his last outing. No good with the layup.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
Up the floor. Finished off the break.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Mills looking it over. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Forbes. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. Fourth, the Suns.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Hurdle comes in for Zoe. And DeMar DeRozan subbed in for Bellinelli.
You know, that's really the biggest reason Forbes is out there, guys. Find space on the perimeter and knock down the three-point shot.
And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. DeJounte Murray, he's checked in for the Spurs. And Phoenix also making a switch. Andre Ayton's checked in for Aaron Baines. Gay with the block.
Gay using his reach and bounce to perfection to block the shot.
Booker draws the double. Back to Kaminsky. From outside the arc. Again, the miss by Booker.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Forbes the pass to Pirtle. Out to the right wing. Murray outside. Pirtle kicks to DeRozan. It's blocked.
And using that wide reach to reject shots. Ayton can't afford to throw up weak stuff around the big fella.
And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle for the finish. And the jam by Rudy Gay.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
Johnson wide open. He fires. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 3 assists in the game. Pirtle. No good there. Some solid defense from Ayton.
watch DeAndre Ayton, you really are just floored by how he moves. The amount of speed and agility he has for a player as solid as Ayton is doesn't come around very often.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And here again, the Spurs in transition. Up the court they go. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
One shot. And the transition D right now, just non-existent.
The Spurs making a switch here. White's checked in. Bridges, he's checked in for the Suns.
How about this, fellas? I mean, DeRozan's aerial skills, his bounce, obvious from a very young age. His first dunk came when he was in the 6th grade, and he won the dunk contest at the high school All-American game. Major bounce.
And Rubio kicks to Bridges. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. And those physical attributes of Ayton are so imposing. Greg, who does he remind you of?
I mean, for current players, you see a bit of Embiid and how they both move so fluidly for 7-footers. From the past, I see a bit of David Robinson in his game. You got to do more than that to keep the ball out of his hands down low.
Exactly. I mean, deny him the ball in the first place. Don't let him get it.
Now here's White. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Back to Murray for the 3. It's not going to go for him. Now the Suns take it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
Ayton dishes to Booker. From deep. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Phoenix Suns in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. Out in front of the half is Phoenix. They have a solid 8-point lead. And that's going to do it for us here. The second.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. DeAndre Ayton has been sensational.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
You know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
White is out there with Murray. Then there's Pirtle. Then it's DeRozan. And it's Walker in at the 3 slot. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Suns leading by 10. And stolen by White. Passes it to Murray. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Murray's got his second basket of the night.
Well, you look at Murray's development of his inside game. Boy, a nice finish that time. The better he is there, I think the better he'll be overall.
And so it's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. And that'll be the middle game of their 5 and their longest homestand of the year. Feeds to Ayton. Johnson outside. And Booker kicks to Johnson. Over Walker. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
A towering presence on the offensive glass. Ayton uses his height well to keep possessions alive.
Shot on the wing. That's in, and the Suns lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from White. And Clark, when you were playing, I imagine the pre-draft process was a lot different than it is today.
No doubt about it. I mean, I came out in 1982 after my junior year, Kevin, and at that time, if you were a guy who was declaring early, you basically just had to go on whatever knowledge and information you could get from whoever, because there was no allowing you weren't allowed to go to a workout. Teams could interview you, but there were no on-court workouts, so it was totally different than today.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Zeller, he's checked in for Purdy. Bellinelli comes in for Derek White. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. Booker against Bellinelli. Booker the pass to Baines. Good on the shot.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
DeRozan gets the bucket.
Yeah, you know, Mills is one of those energizing players who does a little bit of everything, including finding his open teammates.
Carter right side. Here's Baines. He's covered by Zeller. Lock at 6. Here's Saric. The shake. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marco Bellinelli. That's his first foul. And the Spurs with some changes. Rudy Gay's checked in for DeRozan. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Walker. Mills with the steal. It's stolen by Saric. Here's Baines. He's covered by Zeller. Jerome passes to Baines, and that's good. Lead pass to get it done. Baines has got 5 points so far.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Pass to Jerome. The 10-footer. Baines, great positioning on the putback. Baines has got 6 here in this quarter.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far. Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
Carter looking around. And it's blocked. 1:03 left here in the third quarter. Mills can't hit. Suns leading by 7. Puts up a 3. And it's Carter missing. The Spurs have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Hurdle, he's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Kaminsky, he's checked in for the Suns. There's 48 seconds left to play here in the third. Buries it down low. 6 points for him.
Nice ball movement on display there. Bellinelli, a decent passer, capable of connecting well with his teammates.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Bryn Forbes. That is his first foul of the game. Derek White's checked in for the Spurs. Johnson finds Kaminsky. That one good for 2.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Rubio outside. With the putback. Saric on the follow. Saric has got his first 2 points.
Saric is a high-energy guy and does a nice job positioning to get that offensive rebound.
White, wide open. He fired. And so it's the Phoenix Suns heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll return shortly. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Booker and Johnson fill out the wing. Frank Kaminsky is out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Rubio in at the 1. Booker against White. Booker looking around. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for the Spurs. Lonnie Walker comes in for Bryn Forbes. And Phoenix also making a switch. Saric is checked in. Well, Clark, underrated athleticism for Derek White. For a 6'4" guard, he can finish above the rim.
And not only that, guys, but he also blocks shots. I mean, coming out of college, he and #1 pick Markelle Fultz, the only players in the Pac-12 that rank top 10 in scoring, assists, and blocks. That's a heck of a triple.
Rubio against Murray. Up top, Rubio. Just 4 to shoot. Looking for Ayton. He gets it in there.
Yeah, just proving how fast he can heat up. Once Ayton finds that rhythm, he is going to work.
The pass to Murray. Here's the 3. Rebound by the Suns. Ayton's got 7 rebounds in the game.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
And here's Booker from the arc. DeRozan with the rebound.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
5 to shoot. Ayton, good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
And padding that field goal percentage, just hard to stop Ayton when he gets the ball that deep.
Walker's shot is off. Suns leading by 7. Stolen by Walker. And finished off by DeRozan.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
And Phoenix making a change here. Bridges checks in. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Rubio, the pass to Booker. To the paint, Pirtle with the steal. In transition, here come the Spurs. Pass to Murray. And here's DeRozan. Right side to Walker. Murray left side. Over Saric. That's in, and the Suns lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Murray.
His game continuing to evolve, guys, and shots like this prove Murray is the real deal.
And Derek White picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Rubio with it. Passes to Ayton. Shoots over Pirtle.
You've got to be wary of Pirtle when you're a shooter. If he's in the neighborhood, he could get to it. So I love the fact that he's all out on defense.
And if they've been saving a sure thing play, now is the time for it.
And to look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Suns.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
They've also jumped on any opportunity they've had to attack the basket tonight. I mean, excellent penetration.
White against Booker. Walker in the corner. Chalk up 2 there.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2.
The thing about Rubio, Kevin, he's such an accurate foul shooter. That hasn't translated, though, to his shooting from the field.
Wide open look here for Murray. That one doesn't drop, and Phoenix will come the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Booker outside. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. Here's Saric. A rebound by the Spurs.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Murray for 3. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Now, here's Rubio. From deep. And the miss. And so it's Phoenix who scrape by with the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really have.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
I know evolution cards were big on the scene coming into 2K20, and now going into 2K21, you'll have a little more control on some of those evolution cards. So how would you like to be able to choose how some of those cards evolve is one of the things to look out for.
Yeah, fans were really pumped about the evolution cards being included last year, so it's great to hear that they are returning in 2K21. Blake,
and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the and with pregame.
Well, guys,
a proud franchise. Thank you, David. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for DeRozan.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Now Sacramento starting five. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Bielitsa is out there with Holmes, and it's Barnes in at the 3. And for the Spurs, we've got Jakob Poeltl. White is out there with DeJounte Murray. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Walker in at the 3, the small forward. The wide open look here for DeRozan. First shot, burst basket. He's out of the blocks fast. Another year of record-breaking offense. Why is it, Chris, that great offense so often beats great defense?
Because defense is not about stopping you. It's about making you take the option that the defense wants. And so if we make a guy that doesn't shoot jumpers very well, if we stop all the penetration and make him shoot a jumper and he knocks it down, you just got to shake his hand. Sometimes it's great D, better offense. And we know this is a scoring league. And, you know, you can play the best defense in the world and have your hand up and, matter of fact, smack him in the face. But Curry, Harden, LeBron, they're still going to knock that shot down.
Smack him in the face, you say?
Oh, I've tried that. I've done that before, and it doesn't work with the great ones. Just tap them on the forehead while they're shooting a jump shot and look the other way. They're still not there.
Now here's Murray. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And stolen by White. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Just a little too amped up here early. 2 fouls on him already. That's going to affect his playing time.
Corey Joseph's checked in for De'Aaron Fox. Murray against Joseph. Right side, White. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, it's the attack mindset. I mean, that helped him prevail right there. Sometimes you just got to go with your gut.
Here's Joseph. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. They get a hand on it. Pirtle with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it. Walker's shot is off. Sacramento off to a slow start. Looking for their first basket of the game. Their last encounter was in Sacramento.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
That's just something to keep an eye on. I mean, when their reserves are operating at a high level, so tough to beat. Well, when you think about the Kings, you know they are going to let it fly. The team is loaded up on players deadly from outside. They've adapted and embraced the long ball there.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Going for the juggler right off the bat. I mean, jumping out to an impressive early lead.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Offensive rebounding is all about positioning and hustle. I mean, there, Bielitsa showed exactly how you get these additional opportunities.
Murray kicks to Walker. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter, and he gets it to go. And the shooting with this Kings team last season, Chris, a major strength, as you said.
Yeah, and their whole offense has benefited from it, Kevin. I mean, they were 4th in the league in three-pointers last year. Finding points won't be a problem for the Kings going forward.
Murray, good.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Joseph, the pass to Holmes. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now, here's DeRozan. He's coming off a 13-point game against Dallas. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, you got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
San Antonio leading by 10. And stolen by Barnes. Bogdanovich, no luck.
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that, anyway.
And stolen by Bielitsa. It's tipped and stolen by Murray. Pirtle dishes to DeRozan. Outside for Murray. Bogdanovich against White. San Antonio again missing. The Kings trail by 10. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's Bielitsa. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And once because Bjelica has an advantage, he seizes it. Great job right there making the D react.
The Kings shooting their first free throws of this one, so he gets them both.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
And stolen by Bazemore. Second chance effort. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Both free throws good from Len. 6 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Forbes. And the last second attempt doesn't fall.
And it's important.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here. What do you think they've been doing or not doing?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
They've got Bellinelli. Zeller is out there with Rudy Gay. And it's Mills. And it's Forbes in at the 2 spot. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. Here's Hield after Rudy Gay's bucket. Pass to Bazemore. Hield outside. That one goes. Count it. Hield's got 7 points for the quarter.
Looking more active inside Hield. It's important that he keeps looking to score close to the bucket.
The Kings trail by 3. Now the pass to Bazemore. The feed to Len. And the dunk by Len.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
Now here's Gay. Boy, was he something else against Dallas. Bellinelli for 3. The rebound by Hield. And here's Hield. He'll bring it up for the Kings. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. You know what, Chris? Speed at any position is so vital. Who are the fastest big guys in the game right now that you admire and just can't believe how they go baseline to baseline?
Well, the first one that comes to mind is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, he's a Greek freak. He's a freak of nature in basketball. His speed, his length, his athletic ability. You love seeing him. And I say a close second, Anthony Davis. And don't forget about Willie Cauley-Stein. I mean, a lot of guys that love running the floor and put that pressure on the defense every time by getting out.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Bryn Forbes. That's his first foul. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for the Spurs. DeMar DeRozan comes in for Marco Bellinelli. Jabari Parker's checked in for the Kings. Harrison Barnes comes in for Kent Bazemore.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Gay. He has 6. Here's DeRozan. Misses the 3. Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Barnes against DeRozan. The drive by Barnes. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
the 7th overall pick in 2012 out of North Carolina. Harrison Barnes won a title in Golden State, signs the big contract with Dallas, but yet to achieve the stardom that many predicted back in high school.
And the Spurs making a change here. Murray's checked in.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Parker kicks to Barnes. Six to shoot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
At this stage of his career, Barnes knows who he is. He's a glue guy who does a bit of everything out there.
Some changes for Sacramento. Bielitsa comes in for Len, and it's Joseph in for De'Aaron Fox. Greg, you look at Harrison Barnes. What's his best role?
I mean, Kevin, he's a hard worker, able to hit the spot-up three. Defensively, his strength gives him some versatility, just a solid contributor.
Here's Joseph, following the score by DeMar DeRozan. The drive by Barnes. Sacramento again missing. Spurs trail by 3. Here's Forbes. The rebound by Hield.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Near the three-point line, it's Joseph, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Kings leading now by 3. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And the dunk by Parker.
This is the confidence you like seeing from Parker, the determination, the assertiveness.
And stolen by Barnes. Joseph against Murray. Pass to Hield. Basket good. Hield's got the lead up to 7 now for the Kings.
Are using a good combination of size and strength. Hield muscles through the defense beautifully.
Buddy Hield has been leading the charge for Sacramento. Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal, and it's Sacramento with the advantage at the half. They've got the 7-point lead. Shaq. And
we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. One guy who's been getting it done is Buddy Hield.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Starting off the second half, here's Luke Walton's 5. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Harrison Barnes, and now, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Out left to the wing. Barnes kicks to Bogdanovich. Down low. Back to Holmes. 6 on the shot clock. And stolen by White. And Murray. Here we go. It's blocked.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Bielitsa misses.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Slow to get warm after the break. 0 for 3 now. Maybe they need an early timeout just to try to settle things down.
And Lonnie Walker picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And the NBA is seeming to be at the crossroads of sports and fashion and crisp music. Do you think it's always been this interwoven?
Oh, Kevin, please. You see the outfits they're wearing now? Now I got to be like the old fuddy-duddy, the old guy. Oh, my goodness. Guys are basically coming into the game like, did you turn on the lights before you got dressed in your closet? I mean, I know it's fashion. I'm not speaking about any one guy, but wow. I'm telling you, they're taking fashion to another level. And even though I joke about it, it's always fun anticipating what type of outfit I want to see guys walk in. Especially, I mean, come on. I love their games, and then I look and I say, wow. They have to be confident on the court because they went back to the game. They're confident in life all around.
Overall, right.
Yeah.
Both good from the line that time.
Oh, this is a big fella who has no problems at the foul line. I mean, a very smooth touch on his stroke.
And that one drops. Mills has got his first basket of the night.
If there's ever a successful shot that still gets your coach mad at you, that's the one.
Bogdanovich looking around. That shot, no good. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. And that will be the third of 5 straight played at home. Here's Holmes. And Holmes throws it down.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Mills passes to Zeller. Here's White. And no good. A D by Bogdanovich.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Once Fox has some speed behind him, it's a wrap. I mean, he's superb at using it to dunk.
Over to the left wing. Here's White. The pass to Zeller. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got his 6th rebound on the night. Back to Bazemore. There's 1:40 left in the third. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And a look now at San Antonio's upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Saturday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And for that matchup with the Pelicans, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. DeRozan's got 10 points.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
And it's Hield off the drive. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Jakob Poeltl.
Yeah, we've seen Hield take a leap, becoming a more confident and assertive scorer and a leader for this team.
Walker's checked in for San Antonio. And though Chris, he's known mostly for his shooting, Buddy Hield has been improving in other areas as well.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about ball handling, playmaking. I mean, they're notably better from early in his career. He's a solid rebounder who is definitely not a weak link on the defensive side as well.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the third. Feeds it to Landry. The kick out to Fox. Sacramento moving it around. Hield can't hit. Spurs trail by 11. Here's Mills. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Mills has got 4 points this quarter. Hield from outside. Good, and a nice assist from Fox.
You got to know Hield is a threat to score from way downtown. I mean, he's this good of a shooter.
Forbes can't get it to go.
Oh, he's not going to miss that shot twice in a row. Trust me.
The first one falls.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, That'll help them seal the deal.
Murray kicks to Pirtle. Right side to Walker. Here's Gay. Good D by Parker. And so it's the Sacramento Kings with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. What a night they've had in Luke Walton had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Defensively, we're playing without...
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the court right now for the Spurs, we've got Rudy Gay. He's out there with Jakob Poeltl, and it's Forbes in at the shooting guard position. Just 5 on the clock. From the wing, Sacramento grabs the miss. Lenz got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the Kings making a change here. Giles is checked in. Sacramento leading by 14. It's Fox with the drive. Here's Parker. Gay with the block.
And Gay has put a ton of work into his defense over the years. Specifically, it's how he times blocking those shots.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
That's good from Forbes. And the guard, Bryn Forbes, won back-to-back state championships as a high schooler in the state of Michigan. A couple years at Cleveland State, then transferred back to the state of Michigan and played at Michigan State.
And after that time at Michigan State, he went undrafted, but Kevin really has developed into a steady rotation player in the NBA. And by the way, quite a knockdown shooter.
Poeltl kicks to Murray. It's stolen by Hield. And now in transition is Parker. Here we go. And Fox gets it to go.
This is the attitude Parker plays with. Someone who's very willing to give it up to his open guys.
Releases. Here's Walker. Outside for Murray. Beyond the arc. The shot, no good. And Sacramento will go the other way with it.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Bangs home the trifecta.
Oh, this is what smart point guards do. Fox is adept at realizing the defense's mistakes and exploiting them.
San Antonio again turning it over.
I mean, come on, fellas. Keep your head in the game. I mean, that pass should have been basic.
The Spurs making a switch here. White's checked in. The Kings also at the sub. Holmes checked in. Here's Giles. Defended by Poeltl. Gay comes over with a double team. Holmes keeps it alive. Spurs trail by 18. Here's Walker. And he makes good on the layup. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Barnes left side from the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. And the Kings lead by 19.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Walker. Good work defensively by Fox. And it's Sacramento's ball. Big stretch here going 10-2. Hield outside. Pass to Barnes. Here's Giles. Guarded by Walker. Just 5 to shoot. Barnes outside from downtown. And Richaun Holmes gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. The league has cracked down, C. Webb, on flagrants. Players leaving the bench. Do you think we need to be as strict about it as we've been?
Oh, I love the attention to detail the league has given on flagrants. So you don't want the flagrants of the past. My friend Kevin McHale, he says Rambis just ran into his elbow. That wasn't even a flagrant foul on that play, if anybody remembers that old play that I'm talking about back in the Celtics-Lakers days. But how about today? My thing, Kevin, is just don't call a ticky-tack a flagrant. I think we all know what a flagrant is. Let's keep the new flagrants as flagrants and no flopping. If you flop, no flagrants. Games are too important. You don't want that flagrant 1, flagrant 2, a shot and the ball. It can change the momentum of the game. I think the league and the refs are doing a great job. Let's just not let those ones non-flagrant sneak in there because of flopping.
And Chris, what about players leaving the bench when there's something going on?
Well, I'll tell you what, the league has always been great about that. And now what's funny is if you watch the games, there's an assistant coach that is designated just when he sees a scuffle on the floor. His only job is to run to the end of the bench and stand at the line with his arms out so no player can cross him. So not only is the league taking steps, not only are players mindful of it, but now you have an assistant coach that's only job is to stand up there and to be an obstacle so that no players can step that foot across the line. It changes series. It causes big fights. It puts fans in harm's way. We just don't need it.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game, a sustained effort across the board.
The first free throw is good, and it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. And so he makes both from the line. Chris, when Bjelica is on the floor, he certainly gives this offense a different look.
Yeah, Bjelica does a fantastic job spreading the floor and opening the lanes for the rest of the team. He doesn't have to play 30 minutes to make his impact felt out there on the floor. Just key stretches to free things up.
Here's Farrell, White covering. Brewer the pass to Farrell. There's the triple. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here.
Substitution for the Spurs. Patty Mills.
11 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Kept alive. That one doesn't go. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For
lower body fluid, and goaltender. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluid, and goaltending.
I know you play My Team. What were some of your favorite Evo cards this year?
Yeah, big My Team guy. My favorite throughout the year was probably the Nate Robinson evolution card. I got him all the way up to a pink diamond, and you know, I love Nate, loved when he was playing, and just getting him back in the game and getting to dunk on people was awesome. And then another, I mean, you and I, big Kobe fans, so that Evo Kobe, it's free, and he gets
We're the land of the
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball. We're going to break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. If you look at the Jazz, advantage in one series. And, of course, the San Antonio Spurs, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And, you know, for the Spurs, they've got to make some changes at the end of the season. That much is clear. Not sure whether that goes for the coaches or the players or both, but something has got to change.
For me, the decision makers have a lot of tough choices to make. They also need to look in the mirror because they're the ones who assembled this team.
The starters for the Utah Jazz. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. And it's O'Neal in at the 3 spot. And for San Antonio, we've got DeRozan, Murray out there with White. Then there's Pirtle, and it's Walker in at the 3. On the wing, Mitchell. White covering. Mitchell's shot is good. You know, Smitty, we know players are getting more nights off around this time of the year. How much did that occur when you were playing in the NBA?
Coaches and organizations really came up to guys when they see they were hurting. You didn't want them to play when they were injured. And then at the end of the season, Kevin, usually you looked and said, ooh, we have the number 6 seed locked up or whatever place locked up. And then that's when you start to get nights off. I don't remember doing it during game 20 and game 30 where guys starting to get nights off.
O'Neal. Walker with some nice D. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That's foul number 2 for him.
And they're going to have to think about sitting him out. I mean, that's his second foul here in less than a minute.
The Jazz making a switch here. Davis is checked in. Pirtle against Davis. Pirtle kicks to Murray. Clock at 6. Rebound, Utah. Last time they met was in Utah.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
A combination of unforced errors and just poor decision making. They need to be much better in that aspect of the game this time around.
Conley for 3. Offensive rebound. Davis on the follow.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
For 3, Murray. Ingles with the rebound. Jazz have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Mitchell dishes to Ingles. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And his teammates call him old man, say he looks like a 40-year-old farmer. Joe Ingles, Smitty, much more than meets the eye.
You know what, Kevin? He's a star in his role. He's gotten better and better. He's a guy who can impact winning on a nightly basis.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores. Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
Murray, the pass to Walker. Out to White. The 3. Conley grabs the miss. Jazz have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And it's Mitchell missing.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
Walker buries it from about 10 feet away. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, to the middle. Here's Ingles, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Ingles has got 6.
Good job by Mitchell, trusting his teammates, and in turn, that's going to open up opportunities for him.
Here's DeRozan, finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. DeRozan's got his second bucket of the night.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Rudy Gay's checked in for San Antonio. Bryn Forbes comes in for Derek White. And Utah also making a switch. Clarkson, he's checked in for O'Neal. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for San Antonio, and he comes up with the deuce.
You have to like that move by Forbes. The dribble drive adding dimension to his game.
Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to Oklahoma City.
And when you look at Utah, this team, year after year, seems to be more than a sum of its parts.
I like that they always look for guys with big-time character, unselfish, low-drama players, and there's a confidence with this group. Really a sponge. Donovan Mitchell watches a ton of film, accepts coaching, and applies it. A big part of his rise to stardom.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Zeller is checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Bellinelli comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. And Utah has possession. Following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Another miss by Utah. And the early success of Mitchell speaks to his ability to absorb and take coaching.
Yes, credit that coaching staff, putting him in position to succeed, helping him also to develop. His decision-making is growing game by game.
Jazz trail by 3. Clarkson passes to Niang. Here's Zeller. And the shot goes down.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
Passes it to Niang. And he converts the layup.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Spurs leading by 3. Gay outside. On the wing, Bellinelli. What a tremendous game he played against Dallas. And Tyler Zeller's going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Shot's good by Mills.
Defensively, you play Mills to set up from range, so he sneaks inside the arc and does damage.
Here's Mitchell. Rebounded by the Spurs.
You know what, though? They keep calling his number despite the difficult quarter he's had.
Gay kicks to Mills. Here's Forbes. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Spurs lead by 3. Live. One of the better two-way guards in the NBA, Mike Conley, said his instinct.
He was one of my favorite players growing up.
And you know, Conley, maybe not the size of Peyton, but Greg, he's always taken the challenge defensively.
And you can see how much of an influence the glove had on Conley. He plays a lot like him on that end.
Jasmine.
Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
This is where you credit the guys in the front office for going out and getting you the pieces you need.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. They've got Clarkson. Gobert is out there with Davis. Then it's Moutier, and it's Niang in at the small forward position. It's good. Moutier's got his first points in this one.
There's a built-in respect for coaches who played in the NBA. The Jazz, Quinn Snyder, never made it that far. But as a point guard, he helped Duke make 3 Final Four appearances.
Pass to Gobert. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Here's Clarkson, drilled from 11 feet out. Smitty, Snyder also an All-American in high school, 2-time Washington State Basketball Player of the Year in high school.
Led Mercer Island to a state title, and then experienced coaching in college, the G League, and abroad. He's a lifer, and he's been around the game far and wide.
Here's Mills, and it's San Antonio with another.
Nice compact release on the jump shot. One of Mills' best attributes.
Here's Clarkson. They get it back. And Utah turns it over again. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder. Some changes here for the Spurs. DeRozan comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And it's White in for Bryn Forbes. Utah also making some changes. Royce O'Neal's checked in for Davis. And it's Conley in for Emmanuel Mudiay. Gay with it, now defended by Gobert. Gay misses.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
Clarkson kicks to Gobert. One-on-one here. Here's Mills. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. DeRozan's got 3 assists tonight.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Outside Conley. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt. Steve, we've seen a few guys score close to 70 points in a game recently. Devin Booker of Phoenix certainly has gotten to that mark. Who might be the next guy to get to 70?
I think James Harden, because the way he shoots the 3-ball and gets to the free throw line, he's one. Steph Curry for sure. Kevin Durant. And I think Giannis in a few years, if he can start knocking down those threes, because I'm sure he can get about 40 points in the paint, 10 at the line, but he needs to knock down a few threes.
A minute 50 left in the second quarter. Here's Gobert. Unable to get that one. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That's his 3rd foul of the game. A different look now for San Antonio. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Tyler Zeller. Lonnie Walker comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills. The Jazz also changing it up. Joe Ingles comes in for George Niang. And Donovan Mitchell subbed in for Jordan Clarkson. Jumps up. And Walker throws it down hard.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
Down low, DeRozan. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. 6 points for DeMar DeRozan.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Here's O'Neal. Here's Gobert. Another shot, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on DeRozan.
Growing before our eyes, the confidence of Gobert. Comfortable doing a little of everything now.
And the 7-foot Frenchman, Rudy Gobert, former Defensive Player of the Year.
They call him the Stifle Tower. He's the anchor, the foundation of this team. He changes the complexion of the game when he occupies the paint.
Of the 2 offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
They've had better patience, better shot selection so far, but we still have a long way to go. He was able to simply lay it in over the top of the smaller man.
The Spurs making a switch here. Bellinelli's checked in, and Utah also making a switch. Mudiay is checked in, drops in the tray. Murray's got the lead up to 11 now for the Spurs.
Oh, he's heating up here now in the second quarter. Watch out.
Here's Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert.
Gobert is a high percentage shooter from the interior, especially when he's dropping the hammer.
Walker in the post, guarded by O'Neal. And Walker kicks to Bellinelli. And it's sent back by Mitchell. And so it's the Senate. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Well, a pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. They saw their lead grow to a high water mark. And that'll...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. It's been a clinic from Patty Mills.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor for San Antonio, DeJounte Murray is out there with White. Then it's DeRozan. Then there's Jakob Poeltl. And it's Walker in at the 3, the small forward.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
And there's Gobert putting it right back in. Gobert's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Rudy wanted it more than anyone else. He's going to...
hammering it in!
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. O'Neal gets to Conley. Back to O'Neal. On the wing, Ingles. Mitchell outside. Shot clock at 5. Elbow shot is on the way.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
Murray, good. Murray's got 9.
Terrific game plan coming out of halftime. A perfect 3 for 3 from the field.
And you look at all the under-the-radar prospects that have found success with the Spurs. How do they keep hitting on all these players other teams have missed?
They do a great job with their player development. When you get your tickets to see him play, that is what you are paying for. Incredible dunk from DeRozan.
And Poeltl sends it back.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. And the Spurs with some changes. Rudy Gay's checked in for Lonnie Walker. And it's Bryn Forbes in for White. George Niang, he's checked in for Utah. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Donovan Mitchell. The pass to Forbes. Here's DeRozan. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
It's been tremendous job of play calling and execution. They just continue to increase this lead.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his 1st foul. Mills, he's checked in for DeJounte Murray. Utah also making some changes. Davis is checked in for Joe Ingles. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
What it was, they are getting better shots, which has gotten them into a rhythm, and they're knocking down everything.
They could use a bucket. Misses off the right iron.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts. They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now.
From the line, and he hits the jump shot.
This is what you do when your opponents try to take away the 3 and the painted area.
Offensive rebound, Poeltl. And he banks in the layup. Poeltl's got his 1st points of the night.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. And with the pause here, how about the stats for DeMar DeRozan?
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Shot from the wing. 2 points. That one goes. Clarkson's got his second basket.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Here is Forbes. He's covered by Clarkson. On the wing, Bellinelli. Three-pointer. It doesn't go for him.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
The ability to close out on perimeter shooters is so important in today's game.
Scooped up. Gobert dishes to Davis. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Rudy Gay. The Jazz have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
And then Gay with the dunk.
Smooth and athletic. Gay digging to the rim, finishing strong.
Davis, the pass to Gobert. Back to Davis. You can't get that one. Gay with the defensive effort. Deflects the pass. It'll count. Off target with that shot. And so it's DeMar DeRozan making highlights for San Antonio. He got into double digits for the quarter. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up, keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on his heels.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And so in the game for the Jazz, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Inside, we have Ingles and Gobert. And it's O'Neal in at the 3 spot. Jazz trail by 21. Conley dishes to Mitchell. Back to Conley. From 7. Drops in the layup for 2. Well, Smitty, the game is evolving. We know that. New moves and techniques developed. Talk about some that have grown in popularity since the time of your retirement to now.
You know, the step back is one, and then also the step back is one. The Euro step, and I think also guys right now being able to launch their bodies into guys. I don't want to say it's a move, but that's how guys are playing. Because you can't hand check, guys are throwing their body into the defender on the move even more.
5 on the clock, and Walker kicks to Gay. Here's White, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And a look now at the San Antonio Spurs' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Saturday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And you know, for that Pelicans game, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
And he makes that one. And that's 12 points for Walker.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
The putback, it's good on the putback.
Stand with it, and Gobert with the high-flying tip dunk.
To the paint, stolen by O'Neal. In transition, here come the Jazz. Ingles with the ball. And it's Mitchell missing.
You know, we talk a lot about scoring efficiency. He's displaying the exact opposite.
Jazz trail by 19. Pass to Gobert. It's tipped, stolen by Walker. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Here's Gay. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
What vision from Pirtle, getting the pass over to the wide open man.
Here's Ingles. Walker with the rebound. Walker's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Murray. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Jazz have gone just 33% from the field in the 4th quarter so far. They are 2 of 6.
And these are the type of shots Gobert makes consistently. He knows his role well within the offense.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Spurs. Passes it to White. So much new technology. A lot of it's so exciting, Steve. Did you see the demo of the jersey that can change a player's name and number the other day? Wow, that was something.
I did. I saw the demonstration that Adam Silver did. It is fantastic. I was thinking about myself, Kevin. I played for 7 teams. That's a lot of changing of the name and number.
Yes. It really is. Outside Conley. Back to Mitchell. Shot clock at 6. Oh, the lob to Gobert. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Pirtle.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Forced them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Spurs.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And now, on the year, this will take them to 28 wins. And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for DeMar DeRozan.
Hard not to be impressed by what he did tonight. He was aggressive, he was efficient, and the defense had no answer.
Here's Williams-Goss. Bellinelli is covering, and that one's good. Williams-Goss.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
You want unselfishness, but you also need to keep it under control.
They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
Johnson kicks to Mills. Rebounded by Williams-Goss. Left side, Davis. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
And I don't care what his size is. You cannot forget to box him out. He's just got a nose for the ball, and he is fearless in attacking the glass. And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
It's intercepted. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
It's time now to go court. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. Now for Greg.